Yeah, quite funny. Also quite funny that various outlets have been putting up the picture of Kohli doing the trumpet at the Barmy Army, and I saw one. Can't remember which disreputable rag it was, but I think the headline was "The world is divided over Virat Kohli miming the trumpet." I do not think that is true. I do not think the world is divided. I do not think there is any global divide about this. I do not think anybody, frankly, gives a flying fuck aside from a very, very niche part of a very niche market. Who cares about these sort of things?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, okay, so our friend and colleague from the Almanac, Lawrence Booth, tweeted about this, which I think was probably the catalyst for a lot of the stories that followed, and I appreciate his perspective. I mean, I think it's a valid one. That he said he finds it weird when a top class sportsman isn't content with winning the game, having totally outplayed the opposition, but he wants to stick it to the fans too. Like, I get where Lawrence is coming from, but on the other side of it, I also think that it is pretty funny that Kohli turned to the Barmy Army where they were sitting and mimed the trumpet. They've got a new trumpeter, Geoff. I don't know if you've picked up on this, but the Barmy Army have got someone new doing it. I saw him busking.
He's a bit nervous. He sounds a bit, you can hear him. He's not quite confident on the. There's only 3 pegs on a trumpet. Right, hot tip. I'm going to let you in on a secret here. There's only 3. It's not that complex, but he doesn't sound like he's fully believes in what he's doing.
Yeah, well, he certainly has a front. So I saw him doing a bit for social media, busking in the Vauxhall Tunnel at the front of the station a couple of days ago, playing, Jerusalem, followed by I can't remember, another Barmy Army classic. I don't know what it was. But yeah, my sense is
they've only got about 2 songs.
Yeah, I'm not as anti-Barmy Army as other people are. Like, there are a lot of people out there who think the Barmy Army are a bunch of, sunburnt gammon who, all a bunch of old white blokes, and have a very strong view about that. And I'm sure to an extent that is part of their clientele. I also think the Barmy Army do a lot of great work for charity and have been huge supporters of the game and enable people to travel to watch England play who otherwise wouldn't have got the chance, and some wonderful moments, not least, we actually talked to Emma John briefly about Dean Headley, but that day in 98-99 when they stormed the MCG when England won is one of my most defining cricket memories. So I think they do a lot of good as well, even if they are a little bit self-referential, singing about themselves all day long and all the rest of it. But I just get the feeling the new trumpeter, you say a bit of a lack of confidence on the tools. I'm not quite sure he knows the right time to play the songs. I think I think there are moments where the trumpet should be out, and there are moments when the trumpet should not be out, and I don't think he's quite bridged that yet. And that might be why Virat was inspired to mimic that upon taking Joe Root's wicket. That's just a hunch of mine.
There's some real old Wasler areas. There are times when the trumpet should be out and times when it should not. And the other point I would make is Lawrence saying, not sure why a player would want to stick it to the fans. That's the group of fans who spend their entire time at the test match sticking it to the players. That is all they do. That is their purpose. Their stated purpose, their intent when they go there is to get into that sort of relationship with the players. And so if it becomes a bit reciprocal, and if it's good natured, now it's not like Virat's dropping the strides and giving them the old Burnley tunnel or something. He's not. It's playful. It would be seen as a bit of fun.
Remember when in the 90s that was quite a big thing? To moon someone was a real
out the window
thing.
of a taxi was always a good one. That was a popular one, out the back seat of the cab as you left a night spot, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so it's a moon. Wow. Look, maybe Kohli can take that upon advisement. Maybe he can. Maybe get the old Wasler out as well. Who's to know?
Save that for Old Trafford.
Well, anything goes in that party stand, as you know, Geoff. In the permanent temporary stand on the eastern side of the ground there at Old Trafford, anything goes. The good, the bad, the ugly of the game.